Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today is a bit of a sort of sort out. I was cutting these out, well I wasn't actually, I was tearing them out with my ruler because I have got pages. These are from Friday freebies. These are from my journal cards 3. These are just odd bits that I had. This is from Delicately Shabby. I've just got bits everywhere, and I thought I would just try and get them all organised. Look, these are all off. This is a Friday freebie one. I think this is a Friday freebie one, which I must have used that bit. So I'm just going to cut them all out and just put them in a pile, because I was thinking I might do an eclectic style journal, but using all these little bits that I already have lying around, instead of printing anything else off. So we have this lovely little girl, so we can just give her a little cut out and pop it in the pile. I don't really want to print anything else off. I want to make a journal with what I have lying around, and I have a huge amount of things lying around, bits of paper and like journal cards paper, which not that I want, not the ones that I've actually made, but I thought we could sort of like mix them as we go along, cut these out, get them ready, and then I want to make like a quick journal. Probably won't be doing it today. I just want to get things ready today, get it all done, and then we can sort of like put one together quite quickly. Now I loved making the tool journal. So whether I'm going to get a tool journal or like a little folio, I'm not sure. But we'll see what sort of pieces we've got. Look at that. Lovely. And then don't forget, put all your little bits of paper in I can't even say recycling. So recycle everything. I've got this little cutting board down because I find it easier to tear the paper on, because it sort of doesn't make your ruler slip too much. So I'm just going round all of these edges, so it's a bit of a sort of organisy one today, or getting ready. So I'm going to just show you how I sort of like get ready to make a journal. I can't even cut that little bit off. Let's just chop that off. Pop everything in piles. Now from yesterday, was it yesterday? I'm not sure. I did this red onion skin dyeing, and there's some avocado as well in there, and this is the seam binding that I coloured as well. So I'm going to incorporate some of that because it's just so pretty, beautiful colours. So I thought that would go really well. But I want to sort of like get a little bit of organising for other bits, because I'm dreadful. I tend to just, if I'm going to do a journal, I will tend to just print off some paper and not use what I've got. So I want to just make the journal with papers that I have. So I think that's why it's going to be a bit more sort of eclectic. So don't forget all your Friday freebie bits. If you have got some printed off and left, you can use those. So let's just cut our little butterfly wings out. So these are beautiful, aren't they? Love these. These will look nice on a page like this. So it's a bit of a fussy cutty day, I think. We've had rain this morning. Can you believe it? It's July and it is so hot and humid. And we had big black clouds this morning and it poured with rain. So I'm glad I did my washing yesterday, but I think it's just sort of like made it even worse. I think it's made it even more humid than it was, but it's sort of like funny old weather we're having. Very strange, but it's great for the garden, isn't it? So loving it. Lots of bits of paper everywhere. See, these are from the Friday freebie and they are beautiful, aren't they? Because obviously you don't have to just, when I do the Friday freebies, you don't have to just, you know, follow along with me. Just cut all the pieces out. If you're not into what I make, then just use these however you like. Because look at these lovely bits of ephemera, aren't they? I haven't done a Friday freebie this Friday. Well, I haven't made one yet, so I'm not quite sure. I don't know whether you guys have got any ideas. I'm a little bit behind at the moment. I think it's the weather. It's making me a bit scatty, but that's okay. I'm sure we will come up with something. Maybe I'll get Andy to do one of his little freebies, or his little mystery ones. We'll see. Let's just cut these out. So this is on quite thin paper, so this is quite nice actually, to do almost like a little collage on a page. Now I do have these as well, which I have printed on the back, and I was just thinking, although it goes landscape, I might actually fold it as a this way, so we can have a nice long journal. I don't think that looks too wrong. I don't think anything really looks wrong, does it, in journals anymore? But I do have this. This is one of my favourite kits. This is the Shabby French collection. Just wondering whether I had any more of these pages, because I love that. I might have a rummage around and see. Look, I've ripped that one there. So let's just, don't need that. Let's just use this little piece. That's okay. So nice bundles. Look at all these lovely bundles of stuff. Now this is what I need. You know when you want something and you just need a sort of like something to fill a corner. These are just perfect. Now we've got these, which is Friday freebie 116. Okay, let's use these as well. Loving these tags. So I'm sure you guys have got lots of things on your desk that you could probably use. So it's nice to just get little bits together. Oops, I think I'll cut that one. Like this. Now the other thing I did, I've got this, because I had this like tool on my desk. I was using it, wasn't I, for something or other. Oh yeah, the Friday freebie for the little aperture to put the little rose petals in. I made like a little ruffle. I ruffled that up, and I did that the same way as I did the ruffles on the paper. So I might incorporate that actually in. So this is another piece. Do you know what I mean? I might have sort of try and do a pretty one. I want to do something sort of pretty today. Oh, let's see, which way round am I going? This way, isn't it? So yes, I thought I'd just show you how I get all my bits and pieces together. Normally I have all these ready before I do a journal, but I'm going to just show you. This is just a little bit of a sort of easy one today of just sorting some, well, it's just cutting out, isn't it? Tearing out, cutting out, all these things that you have to do to start your journal. And it's things that people don't realize that you have to do. You have to prepare things, and sometimes this is the bit that takes the longest to get everything ready. Now these haven't got anything on the back, so I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to just stick these on the page, whether they're going to actually be tags. We shall see. Like this. So we have lots of things, then we have lots of choice. Now these are from the Shabby French as well. Now, I won't cut those out yet. let's just see what else we've got. I've got these ones, these bits of paper. Now they've got things on the back, so they're good. That's another one there that can go in. I've got some little postcard bits. I've got these bits. What's this one off? Oh, this is Assorted Journal Cards 3 as well. I like these. See, I forget what I have. I need to go shopping in my shop as well, don't I? To see what I've actually got, because I forget. Now, these are lovely. I am making another journal card set as well. So that will be out soon. We have another beautiful nature one coming out. I think that might even be out by the end of the week. It's a gorgeous. So what else have we been doing? Trying to make a few more kits, but it's just so hot to sit in front of the computer and do it. I think they're more sort of like winter projects, aren't they? So just I don't want to be inside too much. Well, as long as it's in my art room, I don't mind. Upstairs, playing in here is great fun, but being stuck in front of the computer is not so great. Oh, I'm going to go and dye some more fabric as well. And I'm going to use, I've got an old plant outside. It's basil. Now, it's a smaller basil plant and it's gone a bit woody. So I thought, we can't use it for salads or anything, or cooking. So I thought I might just see if I can cook it down, boil it down, and if we can get a beautiful green colour from it. So that's going to probably be my next one. I was going to do turmeric, but I want to try and do things which I don't have to buy anything. I want to sort of like use what we've got. So I think the basil might be quite good. I just absolutely adore the smell of basil as well. So I might try that and see what colour that will come out. Quite nice to have a greeny, some greeny fabrics. So that's one I will try. So yes guys, sorry, I hope this isn't too boring. I'm just trying to cut some of these out like this, get them ready, which I'm loving those. I'll cut those out when in a minute. So, and then I'm going to just have a quick play just to see what we can do. Let me just get rid of these, do these little bits, and see if we can start making a journal. So I will finish off all these little bits later. Let's just tear this little bit down. I think I can do that. Yes, there we go. Oh, and this little bit here. Okay, I need to cut that one out. Okay, so these are all sort of like papers and bits that we can use as embellishments, and maybe sort of like collage a page or something like that. So I've got this one. Excuse me. That is some postcards. That is a big piece of paper. That's some more postcards. I will cut that out. Oops. Pick up some of these. Are all just like bits that I found. That's Friday Freebie 138. See, they're beautiful little ephemera pieces, aren't they? These are mini calendar kit. So these are from the backings for doing the calendar kit. So I could use those in there as well, couldn't I? So that's a definite. That is a Friday freebie. So that's an envelope. I think that might be a bit too big because that's how wide it's going to be. So if we fold this in half, yeah, I think that's going to be a little bit too wide to use. But we'll pop that to the side because you never know. So I'll cut those out in a bit. Now I think I will make a tall journal. Now I quite like this, that says perennials, so I think I quite like it this way, like that. And then we can have, I've got some coffee stain paper. Now I want this to be a little bit sort of like shabby but grungy, if you know what I mean. So we'll have a bit of this, and I might actually use some of the paper that I did with the red onion. So I'll use that. It's just these are going to be a little bit taller because I've got a little, I cut this off, but I quite like that actually. This one, let's pop this one on the inside. I'm not going to make a huge big one. I'm going to just pop a few pages like that. That's quite nice on the front, isn't it? These are nice. That can go in. Shall I use these? I love this. I just love this kit. Now I still haven't got a blade for my Fiskars, so let's just see if this is going to cut straight. Okay, let's pop this to the side for a minute. Get rid of these bits. Still got white edges on there, but that's okay. We can ink it up. Actually, I might put that one on the front. Love that one. Let's put this one. Look at that. Love it. Now I don't mind if all of these are all odd sticking out and things like that, because I'm going to pop some lace down the sides as well. So we need another piece of paper. Should I get a piece that's not ripped? I try and keep my tea and coffee stain paper to the side of me, so I've got it to hand. So then you know, it's easier to use then, isn't it? So what should we do? Shall we pop? Let's pop it in between here. Put this one on and this one on. Like that. Oops, don't want those. Lovely. And we've also got these pieces. Which way round? Is that way? Let's just going to fold it like that, I think. And then we can actually attach something to here. That could either go higher up here, so we catch it in the middle, and then that's at the back piece. I might do it this way. I can go there, like that, and then I've got another piece like this. Which way round should we do that? Like this. And that one sort of can go further at the bottom. Fabulous, because then these little bits, I love these, they can sort of like pop. I'll pop some lace down there or something like that. I think that would look really nice. I was thinking of, so we've got these lovely tags. just want it sort of a bit eclectically and nice. Just layer all these little bits up. Fabulous, love it. Okay, now, oh look, we've got these as well. I wonder if let me just, there's nothing on the back of these. If I just cut this out. Let me just pop this to the side. Oops, we don't want to pull that one off. Let's make sure they're all together. Let's take that out. Just thinking. Let's cut this out. Don't have to cut it out perfect. I might sort of like grunge up the edges a little bit. Okay. So if I put those together, let's have a look. Let's get a little bit of this. So there's a little bit of the cotton. Let's take, should we go down this edge? Now this doesn't have anything on the back. Do you think I should stick that? I should have really stuck that on a piece of here, really, shouldn't I? That's what I might do. Just back it just a little bit. Where's my glue? Let's just back this little bit of glue on here. I'm going to sew around them, so I don't need to stick it down too much. Let's just have a tiny little border, I think. Let's just go around. Just leave that tiny little border around it, then we can ink it. And then these can sort of like slip in as another little sort of page, if you know what I mean. Let's just take some ink. Ink this around. So we can even stick something on there, because this is where the little calendars were supposed to go, or do go. Now, decisions. Shall I open that up and pop that in there, or shall we just have it from the back? I think actually this is going to be too, that was too wide. We don't need it that wide. I'm going to stick that on there and stick that on there, and then that comes up, and then that's going to be your little, your middle bit, isn't it? So let's just take that off. Oops, don't need that. And pop that on my messy floor. Oh gosh. That's what I'm doing for time. Okay. Real good. Where's my glue gone? There it is. Turn these over like this. So I'm going to put this on before I actually sew around the whole thing anyway. So I'm going to just a little bit of glue, stick that down. About right? I think so. Don't need too much glue. Stick that down like that. Now is that level? Not really, is it? So then that's your little bendy bit in the middle. I'm not sure whether we even need that on there, because once I've sewn that on, I think that will be fine. Right, I'm just going to go and sew around all the way around the outside of each one of those, and that will hold that on, so it'll be 2 seconds. Okay, that's perfect. Love it. Do you think that looks really nice? So that's like a little insert, which is nice. Now let's just get my little scissors. Let's just get these to cut these little bits off. Perfect. And I've sewn across this bit and this bit as well, just to reinforce that. So let's have a look. Now this bit's just fallen out, so that can go back in there like that. Let's open this up. So that means this sits on there like that. So that's lovely. And then this bit is what where you sew it in. So that could just sort of like sit in the middle bit, couldn't it? Like that. Oh, I like that. Now that was really simple to do. So I do like that. Shall we pop some little pockets on here actually? Gosh, I've got so much stuff. Let's pop something on the back, I think. Let's ink around it. A little bit of ink. Now, the reason I ripped around all of these with the ruler, so you've got that like nice scruffy edge to it, which is nice, isn't it? Shall we have something else? What else shall we have on here? Let's have a rummage through. Shall we put this one here? Let's have a little bit more ink. I think this needs to be inked up as well. Oops. Super. Let's just grungy that little bit up. That's better, isn't it? Now, oops, let's cut this little bit off. Sewed it in, I think. There we go. Okay, what should we do? Should we make that, should we stick that on the back like that, or make that into a little pocket? We could have a little pocket in there, couldn't we, to stick something in? That's a good idea. Now, what I would like is something to go around that. Oh, shall we just use a little bit of this? Let's use a little bit. I'm going to put a little needle in there, a little pin, I mean. I think what I will do, just pop a little bit of that down the side. Should I do it like this? That will look nice, won't it? Let's just have it so it comes over the top a little bit like that. And put that up under this bit. So I'm going to use a little bit of the 3-in-1 just to stick that down, because I think I will probably have to sew that. Let's just stick that on this side. So that's on the inside. I'm going to leave that hanging off like that. That looks nice, and then that is your little pocket. So I'll pop a few stitches down there on the machine. Shall we have one this side as well? I might actually. Shall we do another one? What have we got? Need a sort of thinner one. Now this needs to stand upside down, as I won't get the glue out. What have we got? We've got this one, got a little bird, but I want a thinner one. What we got? Hundreds of bits of paper, but not one that I need to use. Maybe I'll have it going down this way. Maybe we'll use this one. Like that. I think that's what we'll use. Pop that down so we've got like a double pocket. So that one will go on there, and then we can have that one there, so we've got a little tucky bit in there. I think that sounds good, doesn't it? Now I'm going to just sew down this one, but on this one I will add a little bit of this. So let's just cut that off, just so it's dangles down. Just put this. Oopsie daisy. I want that bit a little bit longer. Uncle that up. Right, that's perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop to the sewing machine. I'm just going to quickly sew. I think I might just sew all the way around so it looks like it's sewn onto the page, and then around that one and around that one. So I'll be 2 seconds. Or let me just put my lid on there before it dries up. So 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. So this one I'm going to pop this side with that as a little opening. So let's just glue that one down. So that can go. Make sure it's all right way up, like that. So there, stick that. Perfect. Lovely. And then this one, see, I quite like that sort of like hanging off to make it look all nice and grungy. That can go along. Oh, good old flip there, wasn't it? That can stick there. Okay, we can either have it that way, but I quite like it like that. Stick that down. So then we've got another little tuck spot there, just to add a little something or other in. Okay, perfect. Oops, stick down. Lovely. So that was super easy, wasn't it? So look, we've got a little pocket in here, which we can stick these little cards into if we have lots left. We have our little pocket there, and then we have our nice big pocket here. That's a bit big for that. Fabulous. Shall we stick something? Shall we just sort of like embellish this little bit up here? Because we've got a little bit of this, haven't we? So using up. Now I wonder if I've got any of those little flowers left from the Friday freebie. Oopsie daisy. Let me just have a look. A little pack here, which I just trying to be a little bit more organized. Here we go. Here's like the Friday freebie one. I think I might just stick that up there. Seeing we are putting things in here and just using things up. I think this will look really nice on there. Oopsie daisy. Which side? Maybe on this side, because I think it goes really well with that, doesn't it? Let's scrunch this up. A little bit of glue. There we go. Can go. I think it's, oh my gosh, it's stuck to my finger now. Pick it up. Just wondering which way round I should have it. I can just stick on top. That out. Lovely. Look at that. That looks good, doesn't it? So let's pop these little bits in there. Love it. Look at that. Now we will have to put something on that, but I think I will probably wait, because once I've got the basics in there, so then this will go in. It doesn't really matter which way round it goes then, because it could go this way or it could go that way. Whichever way, doesn't really matter, but it looks good, doesn't it? Okay, let's just take this piece out. Let's just give this a go. Now I've got my page thingamajiggy here, my little distresser. This paper's quite thin, so it's not the easiest to distress, but it's quite nice, just little bits of the edges all the way around. I find that these are easier, a lot easier to do on thicker paper than thinner, but they do look good when they're distressed and inked. So I think maybe for tomorrow's video, which is the fun and simple crafting, maybe I'll find something that we can do to pop into this journal that's really simple, so that we can carry on making it. So I will have a think of what we can do. Maybe something that can either go into your journal if you're going to make one of these like this, or like a little standalone project, so it can be either or. So let's just go around. See, look, looks good when it's a bit scruffy, doesn't it? Inking makes such a difference. It really, really does. Well, if you like your things sort of like vintagey and old looking. Shall we add a little bit down here? Which way did I have it? This way. So that would be the piece that you see. So what shall we do on here? Shall we add some little bits to bring that page out? I think we could probably do that, unless I get another bit and sew it to that. What do you think? Let's have a think. What can we have? We got anything? I've got a little tag here. If I sewed that on, I need something with a back on it, really, because you're going to see the back. Let's have a look. Oh, what have we got on here? Oh, these are backed. Could add something of these, couldn't we? That's a good idea. Let's cut one of these off. This is beautiful. Okay, let's just cut this out. Okay. Ink around the edge. Nice quick ink both sides, I think. Now, see, these go really well, don't they? Which way round do you reckon that goes? I don't think it really matters. Maybe it was, I think it goes that way anyway, but I'm going to put it this way. So this can stay, this goes in like that. We don't want it obviously to go out too far from there, do we? So it needs to sort of stick. Let me stick it on. I might even sew it. So let's just pop a little bit of glue down here, because I think I will. So that. Okay, so that's how far it can come out further than that. That's perfect. Lovely. Right, what else? We need another one. What did I do with the rest of them? Unless we have a little round one. Should we have one of these little overly ones? This is nice. And then I think actually I might put this the other side and make a pocket. Let's just cut this out. There we go. If I put that on there, we could have a pocket either this way so it slides in there, or one either side. We could have, no, we can't have one either side, can we? We could, because I've just glued that piece down now, haven't I? So that was a bit silly. So I think if I just glued this one, we could, this one could be the pocket, couldn't it? So this needs gluing down. This needs gluing down really well so it doesn't get caught. So let's just pop a little bit more glue there, just on that edge, because this will get caught otherwise. If you know what I mean. So when you're pushing things in to the pocket. And I'm going to punch a little notch in here so we know the other side is the pocket, if you know what I mean. Like that. So that will just stick on. There we go. Perfect. Bit of glue. That sticks on like that. So then we know this side is the pocket. Let's make sure we are lined up properly. There we go. If you don't line it up properly, just go round with it with a little bit of ink. There we go, and you won't even notice. Now, shall I go round that with the sewing machine? Couldn't I? It would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Then that, when that goes on, that's your little pocket in there. Perfect. I love it. It looks really good. Ink that little bit. That goes on there. Love it. Okay. Shall we pop something just on here? Can't keep using this, can I? Let's just have the lighter one. That looks nice. Okay. I think I will sort out some more little embellishment bits, I think. Let's put this on before I sew around it. And then I can sort of sew on top, can't I? bit of glue there. Right, I'm just going to quickly go round and just sew around this pocket, just down through there, so 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. Now I am just loving that. I think that looks really nice. So when you open that, we've got our lovely little pocket there, and then we've got that. Should we pop a little bow on there? Should we have this as a little bow? Let's just stick this on because this is so pretty. Oopsie daisy. I think I might make that little taily bit just a little bit longer, just so it dangles down. There we go. Scrunch it all up. There we go. Beautiful. Pop this on, just pop it on there, just so that dangles down, just on that edge. Look at that, love it. How pretty is that? That's lovely, isn't it? So guys, I think that will do for today. With the little bits of paper, and I will get myself organised. I will find a few more little bits and pieces. Well, I'll cut everything out for tomorrow. Which one shall we put that on? Where were we going to put it? Should we put it in here? Love it. Look at that. That looks so pretty, doesn't it? So we've got a little pocket on there. Fabulous. So I will get some more things organised, like a little bit more organised on here because I've got stuff everywhere now, and then we will carry on tomorrow. I will find something. I'm going to ink the edges and stuff, and get this all sort of like tidied up a little bit so it's a bit more finished on the edges, because you don't need to see me do that. That's the sort of boring bit. You don't need to see me ink everything. So I'll get things sorted. I will get the rest of these bits cut out. Oh, I forgot about our little one that we did here. This one here, which is beautiful. Loving that. I'll get things ready, and I will think of something that we can pop in there for our fun and simple craft tomorrow. Something like this that we can do, which it's easy, which you can probably do, pop in a journal, or just have as a one-off sort of thing. So I will do that. All right guys, well, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. I'm going to carry on with this, and I will see you tomorrow. All right guys, take care. Bye bye.